today I'm going to be showing you how to go for a run. And you guys are probably asking yourself, why are you showing me how to go for a run? That's pretty easy. But to that, I say, yes, that is pretty easy. But some things you guys don't know is that going for a run is actually a little more complicated. And a lot of people often overlook or get too lazy about some aspects of running that often lead to injury. So that's why I'm making a run. But the first thing you guys want to do is try and find some place that you can actually go for a run on or find a ride. Like me and my buddy Nolan over here, we are going to Concordia Seminary right now. They have an easy track that's accessible to pretty much anyone. So just find some place you can go for a run and then we'll go from there. So we are currently at the track right now and you're about to get our warm-ups in. But I wanted to tell you guys the 3 parts of running, and that is the warm-up, the actual run, and the cool down. We're gonna get started with the warm-up. So let's get started. And also guys, in case you were wondering, my credibility, I've been running track for 4 years and I ran cross country for about 1 year. So I do have a little bit of credibility. I like going for runs. It's nice. Also, this man's been running track for a little bit too. So
you're capping. All
right, first thing you guys want to do, just go for a quick warm-up lap around the track. Get the blood flowing a little bit. Yeah, just get yourself in the mood of running so your muscles are used to what you're doing. Simple. Before we get started on the warm-up, I want to tell you guys that when you're doing your warm-ups, you don't have to do these in a particular order. One good rule to have though is that you want to do all your static stretches before your dynamic stretches, because dynamic stretches, they're more explosive movements like high knees, all that kind of stuff. And if you do static stretches first, you'll get a lot more benefit from dynamic stretches. Guys, so this first stretch are just toe sweeps. When you do these, you want to try and keep your back straight, and they really work your hamstrings. All right. These next stretches are simply quad pulls. I'm sure you all have probably done these for some kind of sport. Just take your foot back to your butt and just kind of pull it up. I feel it right in your quad. These stretches are basically the opposite of quad pulls. They're knee pulls. Just bring your knee up, try to bring it to your chest and pull as hard as you can. Right. These next stretches are called cradles. You kind of bring your leg on a horizontal side and then just kind of bring it up as high as you can. They work the hips. All right, these stretches are called side to sides. What you want to do is just kind of spread both legs out and then just like reach on both sides and then go and stretch like that after. These work your kind of groin and hip abductors too. When you want to switch from side to side, you hit both like parts of your groin. Okay, so these stretches are called hallelujahs. All you simply do is just kind of step out a little bit and then bring your shoulders back as far as you can. You're really just feeling your shoulders. And this is used for like when you're swinging, when you're running, you can feel it, like get that shoulder swing going. Okay, so that's all the side stretches we usually do. There are other variations and stuff that you can do, but these are the ones that I'm familiar with and that I've been doing usually when I go for running. So you don't have to do those in a particular order, like I said before, but just get those done and then you can move onto the dynamic stretches. All right, use your high knees. Very simple, you all know this. Do some butt kicks, pretty simple as well.
Okay, go.
Right. Next, you want to do leg swings. Try and bring your leg up as far as you can, and as far back as you can too. Hits right here, and then hits the hamstring too. Now that you're done with stretching, you want to move on to the actual run. So what I'm doing, it's not that much of a hard workout. I'm doing 4 400s. And I'm gonna run that at a moderately fast pace because if I'm only doing 4 of them, that's gonna be pretty fast. But since it's a 400, that's 1 lap around this whole track over here. So let's get started. All right, so this is the first rep. So let's do it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Now, this first rep is gonna focus more on form over speed. Just swinging your arms and getting your legs across and not so much on speed. And then whatever time you get, you'll pace yourself from there on.
I wanted to tell you guys, after you get done with the rep, you want to rest for at least 2 to 3 minutes. If you're going at a fast pace like that, give yourself enough time to rest. Or if you're not ready by that time, just give yourself enough time so you can run a similar time. You go for your next rep.
40.
All right, rep number 2.
3, 2, 1, go.
Unfortunately, this clip cuts out, so you're not going to be able to watch me run the full rep. But I run this at about 68 seconds, which is a little bit slower. And the second rep is when you actually start to focus more on form and taking one foot in front of the other, because you'll get the breathing out on the first rep. It's more of getting into the groove of the workout, and now you know what you're doing.
Third rep. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Unfortunately, this clip cuts out too, but I just wanted to say that this is the third rep. It's also the second to last, and that is always going to be the hardest of any running workout. So just push through it and persevere. I also apologize in the drop in quality. My phone ran out of storage, so we had to record it on my friend's phone, and the quality got all messed up, so I had to just post it like this. I wanted to say, obviously, it's your last rep, so you give everything that you've got. You know that you're going to be done after it, so just put your best effort in it, and then you're done.
Okay. Now we're done with the running workouts. It's just a cool down. The cool down is actually really important for runners, because if you don't do your cool down, then you will start getting sore for the next few days after, and then you're gonna start developing injuries, and you're just not gonna be very comfortable. So this is one of the most important parts of running, actually. So make sure you pay attention to this. Now, the first cool down you want to do is just bend down and touch your toes. Very simple. However far you can go doesn't really matter. You get a good stretch out of it. You want to hold this for about 30 seconds. Alright. This next stretch, when you get down on the ground, you're gonna bend one knee up and then extend the other one, and then get your hand that's matching the foot that's stretched out, and try and reach for your toes. If you can't reach your foot, that's fine. But this stretch, you feel it right, the bottom of your knee-ish. Hold that also for 30 seconds. And then you just want to switch legs and then hold that again for 30 seconds. And the next stretch, you're gonna extend one leg out, and then cross your other leg over it. You want to take your left elbow right here and put it against your knee, and then push. You should feel this in your back and your hips. Hold that also for 30 seconds. And then repeat on the other side. Okay. Next stretch, called butterflies. Most of you probably done this. You just take your feet together and then bring them as close to you as you can, and then bring your knees down as far as you can. This stretches your groin. And hold this for about 30 seconds as well. The next stretch, you're gonna get one leg kind of out, and then you're gonna take your other leg and bring it to your knee and kind of bend it outwards like I'm doing right now. This one, you should feel it right in your hip. Hold this for 30 seconds too. And then do the same thing again on the other side. And that's usually all the stretches I do for my cool down.
I hope you guys learned something from this video. Just remember that going for a run is beneficial in many ways, including your cardiovascular health, staying in shape. There's numerous health benefits to it. All you need to do is just warm up, go for a run, and cool down. I hope I covered those parts well enough so you guys can understand, and I hope you guys could benefit from this video.